There are a number of conservative commentators, pretty prominent commentators, some here at Fox, some elsewhere, National Review, Weekly Standard, who are not exactly falling in line behind Donald Trump. In fact, you could say they're in the never, never, ever Trump camp. One of them is Steve Hayes, Fox News contributor, senior writer at the Weekly Standard. I had him on the show on Sunday, and he explained in no uncertain terms, while he will never, ever support Trump, while he is not a fan of Hillary Clinton, and he's not going to vote for either one, and I pressed him on, well, would you support a third-party conservative bid? Or if you're opposing Trump, if you're not sort of falling into line behind the guy who beat other candidates who you might have preferred, aren't you helping Hillary? And Steve Hayes said no. A lot of email on that subject, including one from Ed Helmrich in Palm Bay, Florida. Ed says, on the show, Stephen Hayes says he is ignoring the will of the GOP primary voters because Trump didn't get more than 50% of the votes. He ignores the fact that Trump got more primary votes than any other GOP candidate in history. Hayes should take those voters seriously. In fact, I asked him that very question. The 50% thing is a red herring because at one point there were 17 people running, and by the end of the primaries, Trump was getting over 50, in some cases over 60% of the vote in some of these contested states. But I said to Steve, could it be that Donald Trump, with the mixed platform that he has, some of it very conservative, some of it moderate, a couple of positions kind of liberal, is more in touch with Republican voters than you are? And he didn't dispute that, but he said, look, I'm a journalist who feels strongly about what I see as conservative principles, and I'm not going to abandon those just because this guy won the most votes. So I have to hand it to him. I don't think it's a question of ego. I don't think it's a question of personal dislike. I think Steve Hayes is standing up for what he believes, but clearly it puts Hayes and many, many others, Rich Lowry, Eric Erickson, Jonah Goldberg, Bill Kristol, who is, of course, Hayes' editor at the Weekly Standard, in a rather uncomfortable position. They are used to being able to support the Republican nominee, and now they're in a position where they don't think they can. They are putting what they see as principal head of party. A lot of Republicans, and I'm hearing from some of you, feel like they should get on board, and they are angry at the stance that these folks are taking, which is why we put Steve Hayes on, so he can have a chance to explain himself.